I know you ain't did an interview with nobody else yet,
Nah,
right?
nah.
Okay.
I don't be jumping out there with a lot of these dudes, man. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes they don't be authentic, and they be having a lot of ulterior motives behind their agendas. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't be feeling a lot of that shit they be
This is
talking about.
perfect right here. I'm in a building with a Washington, D.C. legend. If you tuned into me, you watching Gully TV. Go ahead and state your name, gangster.
My name's Shawn Branch, Washington, D.C.
No doubt your name resonates, not only in D.C., but what's your situation, a relationship with Lewis Hobbs and shit? I seen you spoke highly of him, I think on Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, Lou Hobbs, that's my brother. Lou Hobbs came down to D.C. like '85 and landed in Montana TERRACE, man. And me and him connected. We got real tight, man. Me, him, DOMENCIO, Devon, Saint. Man, it's quite a few of them that came down from Brooklyn, and they landed up top.
So when DOMENCIO and them got here first, they was like fucking around Montana TERRACE?
Yeah, that's where they landed at. When they first came to the city.
What year was this?
It was like '85.
Okay. Did you during the course of serving your sentence, did you encounter Lou Hobbs or anybody while you was doing your tick, or it's been a minute?
Nah, Lou came in a little after me. I came in '92, and Lou left D.C. and went to Atlanta, I believe, and caught a Fed case down there.
Okay. It's an interview. Before we get to that interview, go ahead and give me some background on your upbringing in Washington, D.C. Your neighborhood, what part of the city you from. Just go ahead and blow.
Yeah, I come out of Montana TERRACE housing project. You know what I mean? And I came out the porch when I was 11. I started hustling when I was 11 years old, and got into the game real early. Learned a lot from the older dudes, man, that I come up under. I always hung on the older cats anyway.
Right.
You know. And they soaked up a lot of game from them. Lou Hobbs, DOMENCIO, Tago, Rafer. Man, just to name a few.
Right. A lot of people from DC, they don't choose to openly talk about Rafer. I noticed that you stepped out there when you first came home. You made a post. There was a picture of you and him. I think maybe you was visiting him in jail, and you was letting everybody know that you don't agree with his lifestyle or the decisions that he made. But at one point in time, you did have a relationship with him.
Right.
Explain your relationship with Rafer Evans.
Rafer was like a big brother to me. He taught me a lot about the game, and that picture that I posted was when I went to go see him in Lewisburg, and it was before he made the decision to go bad and go against the cold old murder.
Right.
And me and Ray kind of had a big brother little brother relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? He schooled me to a lot of shit. I also I was running around the city for Ray doing a whole lot of wicked shit.
Okay.
That I don't.
So as a youth, you was like a part of that situation?
Nah, I never hung out with that crew.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I kind of did my own separate thing, and Ray he wanted me to stay away from it.
All right. Did you have any type of athletic background?
Yeah,
any
I played
sports?
football. I played football and box.
Boxing too?
Yeah.
So that's how you maintain the physique throughout doing your time?
Yeah.
Okay. High school football?
Nah, I played neighborhood ball, lower league and neighborhood ball.
Right.
High school, I was too deep into the streets, man. I was knee deep in the game.
Yeah, by the time you was a teenager, you was like notorious out here.
Yeah.
How did you meet Wayne Perry?
Man, Wayne met through Shorty Pop in over DC jail back in '88 when I came in as a juvenile. Man, Pop was on the tier together.
Okay.
And that's when Pop had came in and he told me about Poe.
Okay.
Right? And he introduced me to Wayne and said that Poe needed, he needed some help.
Okay.
But I wasn't fucking with Poe. You know what I mean? I already heard some wicked shit about him through my peoples from up top.
Right.
DOMENCIO about him before I even heard that he was here.
Right.
So I wasn't fucking around with him.
What year was this?
That was 88.
88. How much time did you actually serve? This last your big stretch.
25.
25
years straight.
What did you catch the 25 for?
Murder 1.
Okay. That was a teenage case?
Yeah, I caught the case happened when I was 19. And they caught me locked me up for when I was 21.
Okay. In the newspaper, you had developed the identity, Teflon Shawn. How did you get the Teflon tag in the Washington media?
Well, I wanna first be clear about that label, right? I did not give myself that name.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I came in 1992 on 1 murder, and before it was all said and done, I ended up with 10, and I beat 9 of them. So when I was going to court and I was batting them out the park.
When you got charged and brought to the D.C. jail, you was charged with 1 homicide. While you was there, they just started giving you cases.
They just started giving piling cases on me. And
was this due to once you was incarcerated, all of a sudden everybody wants to talk, or
right?
And you ended up with 10 cases.
I ended up with 10.
How long was you in a D.C. jail fighting 10 cases?
About 4 years. About 4 years up there. 3.5, maybe 4 years.
And these were separate docket numbers, or some of them was like double murders?
Someone was double. Someone was 7 dockets. Someone was doubles.
The environment that you were brought up in, I noticed you mentioned Shorty Pop. There was an epidemic out here in the 1980s that landed that D.C. earned a title, the murder capital of the United States. When I did my research on the nation's capital, a lot of the wreck was teenagers. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say about that? Looking at that in retrospect, now that you're an adult and you survived that, because I'm pretty sure you lost a lot of friends as teenagers, and
no question.
You know, I mean, we could have made some different decisions that might have landed us a different outcome. So right. Yeah, how you feel about being a part of the teen crime wave in the 1980s? That's what it wasn't just going on here. Detroit, they had the Young Boys Incorporated. It was an epidemic. Once the crack came, teenagers start basically ruling the streets and shit.
Well, I don't want to glorify it, right? But back then, that era, it was kind of like, it was deeper than dog eat dog. It was shock eat shock back then. And in order to survive during that time, you had to be a shock in these waters. You know what I mean? You really had to show your fangs and not be scared to bite when it come that time. You know what I mean? It was hectic, man. And at any given moment, man, your friends could turn on you. That 50 game plan thing was vicious back then. You know what I mean? And your name can't be suspected of nothing cruddy back then. Nothing. People not waiting to see if you're gonna go to court and tell. If the mere mention of your name being cruddy, a thief, hot, anything of that sort, they coming for your head. So it was a lot of bodies dropping at a young age back then, because just of the games that people was playing, and they was throwing these labels out on people, and some of them wasn't true.
Right.
But before a dude would take a chance to see whether or not it's true or not, they was coming to get you.
Right. Were you more so a hustler or on the muscle end of things?
I did both.
I seen some of the pictures of you on the DC Legends page and shit like that. I seen you with the slouch socks and the Coca-Cola and the Versace. Tell me about the DC fashion of the 1980s.
Oh, the DC fashion was serious, man. You know, that was our thing. That was the way you was showing, the streets that you had paper. You gonna get the most expensive shirts, most expensive shoes, whatever. And Gucci was the thing back then. It was popping real heavy.
Yeah, you had the high tops all crazy. What them joints was going for back then?
About $250, $300.
That's it?
Yeah. But back then in the 80s, that was a lot for a pair of shoes, for a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah, right. What year did you get your first pair of Gucci sneaks?
1985.
That's when they first came out, right?
It came out in 84.
Okay. The Chapter 3 nightclub. A lot of these guys that they were older than you, right?
Yeah.
So like Frey and Wayne and Ray, they were all older than you.
Mm-hmm.
The Cobbs, all older than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they was older than me, but you know, but
y'all was still getting into Chapter 3.
right, because of the respect factor. You
right.
know what I mean? And we was young, but we earned a lot of respect amongst the older cats because, you know, we was getting our paper, but we wasn't waiting for nobody to do nothing for us. We was doing it ourselves.
Right. No ID, no nothing.
No
We
nothing.
in here.
Get the door, man, a few hours.
Bankroll.
We up in there.
Right.
Yeah.
What year did you say you came off the porch?
1982.
82. And what was your first encounter with hustle? Gambling, reefer. I mean, it's a progression. We know that the street game is a progression.
I jumped straight out there. Powder coat. Back then.
That was your first one?
Powder coat. Then I started selling these little yellow pills called Delales.
Okay.
Around 10th and V. And then, you know, of course, crack hit. Then once crack hit, it just like sent the city crazy.
So when you jumped out there with the powder coat, these were bottles?
Nah, they was in the bag.
Okay.
Little shake bags, powder. You know.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with every piece of media that I covered on DC and on my channel.
Yeah.
Did you know Andre Tank Johnson? Was you out?
Yeah, me and Tank was cool. You know, we was cool. Me and Sparkies was more closer.
Okay.
And that's how I met Tank, through Sparkies.
That's who set my whole everything off with DC. That was my first interview.
Yeah.
That shit went big, man.
Yeah, that's how I met Tank, through Iz. Me and Iz we was tight. We was like brothers. You know, then me and Iz ended up fighting.
Y'all was some little niggas getting money.
Yeah.
How old was you when you encountered Ears?
Me and Iz met in summer school when I was in probably like the 8th grade. I was probably like in the 8th grade, man. This probably had to be like, man, the early 80s.
So when you say y'all ended up fighting, y'all went to war?
Nah, me and Tank just was fighting, you know. I ain't know him. You know what I mean? This was Sparky's partner, right? And you know, he dropped something in front of me and I picked it up and kept it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But one of the little chicks around there told me I had it and we get the record and you know, of course Ed's gonna take sides with his man, which is understandable, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how me and Slim kinda parted ways, but me and Ed's we always maintained a pretty respectable friendship with each other.
Were you did you have a relationship with Frey? I know he was definitely older than you.
Yeah, nah, I didn't have no relationship with Frey. Frey and this LA cat that I used to be running with named Roy was cool. And that's how I met him down Virginia Beach, but nah, I didn't have no relationship with him.
I'm a motherfucking G. Yeah, I'm talking murder, but it's me. I'm really living everything you see. What you say? They love to make a lie out of me. To the day that I expire, I'm a G. I'm a motherfucking G. They would love to make a lie out of razor. Shoot and catch him out dark with the laser.